Well, the early voting for the March 1st primary in Texas starts in just a few hours from now.
Yeah, parties are really focused on the turnout, making sure the state's millions of registered voters actually cast their ballot. Alicia In, she is live at UT this morning, where some students are lining up to vote. Look at the crowd behind you.
That's right. Good morning, Kate. This has actually become somewhat of a tradition for these students to line up, camp out, so they can be the first ones at the poll when they open at 7 o'clock in the morning. These guys have been here since 10 o'clock last night. Such troopers. They're still wide awake. I'm very impressed with this. This is actually one of several locations, though, that you can visit. You don't need to be like them and camp out all night, although I do appreciate their efforts in this. Okay, so you just have to make sure that the location you visit is in the county where you are registered to vote. So locally, both the Democratic and Republican parties have several contested races. The winners will go on to represent their respective party in the general election in November. On the ballot, Travis County Sheriff, Precinct 1 County Commissioner, and the District Attorney. And for Democrats, there are 4 contested district judge races. Obviously, the presidential primary race also on the ballot, a big one there. Officials say it's important to vote early just in case something might happen to you.
Your vote is your voice. If you do not vote, do not complain. If you vote, then you have a voice in who your elected official is and what they do. Otherwise, if you don't vote, you're not exercising what America is all about.
Now, don't forget, you're going to need an approved photo ID to bring with you when you show up at the polls. That's your driver's license. You can also bring your concealed handgun license. That does count. Now, early voting runs through the 26th. We have all the who, what, when, where, all the information you need, as well as links to all of this information over at KXAN.com to make it a little easier for you. I'm going to chat with some of these guys about this experience. I think some of them do this for quite a while, and I will see you guys back here at 5:30. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Alicia, thank you so much. Well, Texas is known for its low voter turnout, but political experts say this year it's going to be different. The state just broke a record. More than 14 million people are registered to vote in the primary election, a sign that more Texans are motivated to show up at the polls.
We can only wait and see, but Texans definitely have a lot at stake. And of course, one thing we know is that when people feel like their vote makes a difference, that's motivating people to get out and vote.
And 2 weeks from today, Texans will take part in the presidential primary. Texas is part of what's called Super Tuesday. On March 1st, 14 states and 1 U.S. territory all hold a primary or a caucus contest. And here's why. Texas will play a big role. The state has the most delegates that day and more delegates than all 4 of the early contests combined. That's Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada.